Okay, welcome back to political science class. And listen, everyone. The last session we started the discussion of the chapter election and election system in India. All right. Okay, a representative system in India. So in the last session we discussed about different ways or different methods of conducting election. Clear? Basically speaking, so the direct one and the indirect one. Okay. First past the post system and proportional representation are the basic systems we discussed. Clear? And I asked you some questions there. Is democracy possible without elections or political parties? And almost few people told it is not possible. Clear? Yes, of course. In a democracy, the most visible thing that what we are able to observe in a democracy, it is the political parties and elections, right? Clear or not? That basically making the sense. Okay, our country is still following a democratic system, right? Okay. Other methods also are there. In this chapter, basically, we are going to discuss about different systems that relate with the elections and representation. Okay, clear or not? Okay, come back to the textbook or if you turn on open your textbook, please. Okay, you can see all these things we completed in the last session, last class there. Okay, so you can see the last topic we discussed here in democracy, but this kind of direct democracy cannot be practiced when a decision has to be taken by lakhs and crores of people. Okay, that is what direct democracy. Okay, direct democracy, right? Okay, in that system, we are able to observe in local self-governments in India, India. And I told you Sabha and Samiti, right? All the eligible voters of one constituency that constitutes the Sabha, right? Hmm? Gram Sabha. And Gram Sabha can give suggestions to the Gram Sabadi or the village panchayat administrative unit. That's what a gram samiti or village samiti, right? Okay, and the sabha can give suggestions because these people they know the basic issues of their locality. Okay, people from different part of the village they know the basic issues in their locality, and definitely they will give importance to solve such kind of problems, or they will suggest to the samiti that first of all want to do that. Okay, so it's an example for a direct democracy. Clear. Everyone participating directly in that. But this method is not suitable for a country or for a state with a lakhs of population or millions. Clear population millions. It's not possible. Clear or not? Clear or not? Okay. So we are using representative democracy. Okay. Representative method. Okay. Basically, the people's government means it is not directly the people's government, but the representatives government. Right? Right? Our representatives, they are participating in the decision making process and playing our part in the what parliament, right? Or the state legislature. Clear? They are playing our role. They are playing our role. Okay, so that's what representative system. Representative system. Okay, it is democracy only, but not direct democracy, but a representative one. A representative one. They are playing our part in the parliament or the state legislature. Okay, you can see here in such an arrangement, citizens choose their representatives who, in turn, are actively involved in governing and administrating the country. The method followed to choose these representatives is referred to as an election. Clear? What method we are using to select our representatives, that is termed as election. The method what we are using to choose our representatives, this system is termed as election. Clear? Okay, underline that. Okay, here you can see, thus the citizens have a limited role in taking major decisions and in running the administration. So we can say that for citizen it is limited role only, We are not directly participating in any decision making program of the government, right? Okay, only our representatives are there, so our role is limited, limited, and we will play that role only in the day of election there, right? Okay, but that also valuable in one sense. Okay, clear. Here, the method followed, sorry, in these arrangements, were all, sorry, not here, right? They are not very actively involved in making of the policies. Citizens are involved only indirectly through their elected representatives. In this arrangement, where all major decisions are taken by the elected representatives, the method by which people elect their representatives become very important. Okay, so that's what the things we discussed here. Okay, so the method that using to choose our representative system as election. There is no role or minimum role for the citizen directly in participating or directly in the decision making of the country. Okay, we are unable to or we cannot do we cannot participate in the decision making directly there. Instead of that, our representatives they are participating in the decision making program in the of the government of our the administrative units. Okay, clear. So we are involving indirectly. We are involving indirectly. So choosing these representatives, it is very important. Okay, electing them is very important. And the methods that what we are using to elect our representatives also very important. So the second question remains as the fact that not all elections are democratic. So we got the question, answer for the first question. What is that? Huh? Is democracy possible without election? So answer is what is that? What is the answer we got?
No.
No. Okay, it is compulsory. Okay, elections are compulsory in a democratic setup to choose the representatives. Elections are compulsory and it is important to learn the methods, right? Next question. Okay. Is elections are possible without democracy, right? Right, that's what the question, that is the question with us. Okay. Here the answer. The second question remained as of the fact that not all elections are democratic, which means some elections are there that is not democratic. Okay, elections are there. A large number of non-democratic countries also hold election. What is that? The first discussion we came to a conclusion that what is the conclusion? There is no chance for elections in the dictatorial or monarchical type of countries there because there is no democracy. Okay, so there is not need of elections there. But the reality is not like that. What is that? Elections are there in that countries also. Clear. Large number of non-democratic countries also conducting elections. But frankly, we can say that those elections are not a democratic election, but non-democratic. Okay, so we are coming to explain that. Okay, I'll explain here. A large number of non-democratic countries also hold election. In fact, non-democratic rulers are very keen to present themselves as democratic. Okay, so all these non-democratic leaders, okay, they are very much interested to show the world that okay, that I am not a fascist, I am not a dictator, I am not an autocrat, I am not a monarch. Okay, I am accepting the ideals of democracy, I am giving chances to the people to participate in the decision making. So they always try to show off. Clear or not? So they will conduct elections, but we know that it is not democratic. Okay, in fact, non-democratic rulers are very keen to present themselves as democratic. They do so by holding elections in such a way that it does not threaten their rule. Clear? They will conduct the election in their country, they will conduct it, but they will take necessary precautions. What precautions they need? The elected representative should not create any problem for their position or their rule. So they will arrange elections like that. Okay, they will keep candidates from their own group, basically speaking. So clear or not? Or they're keeping a close connection with the rulers, close connection with the rulers. So simply we can speak that. So in one movie, one dialogue is there. Understand that idea in your mind. Okay, so fine. So here, can you think of some examples of such non-democratic elections? Number of such elections are there. Basically, in non-democratic countries, almost all the elections are non-democratic only. Elections are there, but it is a non-democratic. What do you think would distinguish the democratic form and non-democratic election from a non-democratic election? Okay, so we are able to distinguish the democratic election, okay, from the non-democratic election. Okay, in a democratic election, all the norms and procedures they will follow or the government want to follow. Clear or not? There is no dictators. Clear? There is no single individual to control the election process. Clear or not? In a democratic one. But in a dictatorial one, already a head of the state will be there, head of the government will be there, okay, head of the state also will be there, and that individual is going to or is conducting the election, and finally he will create a situation to win. Okay, clear or not? Or succeed over other political parties if it is so. Okay, basically they will not give the chances to do so. Okay, if it is so, they will try to create opportunities, create circumstances to establish their own rule again. Okay, what do you think would distinguish a democratic from a non-democratic election completed? What can be done to ensure that elections in a country would be conducted in a democratic way? What do you want to ensure? First of all, it should be free and fair election, right? Okay, next one, what one? Political parties are necessary. Political parties are necessary. Yes or no? Without a political party or a single political party, we cannot say it is democratic. Okay, it's all non-democratic setup only. So, what is necessary here? Political parties are necessary in a democratic election. Not only one, number of political parties are necessary. Not only that, a constitution won. All the election process is under the control of the constitution and the body or institution who has the power to control all those things there. In India, election commission is there, right? Like that. Okay, come back. So this is where constitution comes in. The constitution of a democratic country lays down some basic rules about elections, right? In the constitution, some basic rules are there that connected with what? Elections. Clear? Our constitution makers mentioned all these rules and regulations. Okay, all these provisions are there in the constitution. How to conduct an election is there. What are the things we have to follow related with the election? That also is there in the constitution. The details are usually left to be worked out by laws passed by the legislature. These basic rules are usually about, this is a question. Okay, what are the basic rules that related with an election? Okay, as per the constitution, what are the basic rules related with an election? First question, who is eligible to vote? Who is eligible to vote? That is perfectly mentioned in the constitution. What is that? Who has the eligibility?
18 plus, anyone who's 18 plus.
Definitely. That is related with the universal adult franchise or universal suffrage. Universal suffrage. In India, a male or a female or a transgender, whoever it is, who complete the age of 18 have the right to vote, right? Clear or not? Right to vote as per universal adult franchise. Clear? Irrespective of class, creed, sex. That's what. Okay. All have the right. Those who complete the age of 18. So that is perfectly mentioned in the constitution. There is no controversy. There is no other opinion related with that. So that mentioned in the constitution. So you cannot go to the election booth and say that I just complete the age of 18. I want to vote. We cannot say that. Some other criteria also are there, right? Some other things also want to fulfill. Clear or not? So we will discuss that. But you have the right to vote, but name should be there in the electoral roll. You have to possess a electoral ID card. Clear or not? Those things also necessary. Clear. Here, who is eligible to contest? Who is eligible to contest in elections there?
Above 25 years.
Pardon?
Above 25 years is the age limit, right?
For legislative elections. Okay, 23 years. Fine. Okay. Age
So
is
isn't it 21?
That's for local self-governments. Okay, so it's clear, right? One is for state legislative council, other is for local self-government. Clear or not? Understand? So different elections are there for the different rules and regulations also are there. Okay, okay. So just keep that in your minds. Okay. So Kevin Koshi got strike that because of a mayor from Thiruvananthapuram, right? Thiruvananthapuram mayor. Clear? Okay, let it be. So she's the youngest one in the country, right? Those hold a post or a power in the municipal corporation, basically speaking. So, okay, come back. So definitely we can say that there are different rules and regulations are there with the constitution related with the different elections in the country. Okay, eligibility to contest, not only age. If a person have a criminal background or criminal records or a culprit, okay, sentenced for any particular crime, such kind of people cannot participate in the election. Okay, so if you are using this law, most of these politicians cannot participate in the election. I think so, right? Okay, so they are using the loopholes. Let it be. Okay, so that's so before election, the candidate who want to submit a affidavit to the election commission, affidavit, okay, related with his property, his assets, criminal cases pending against him. Remember, not the civil cases, but criminal cases pending against him. All right, that criteria also. He should be a citizen of India. Understand? Other people from other country cannot participate in the election or contest in the election. Like that, various rules and regulations are there. We will discuss that. Okay, just I told as a pilot information. Okay, next one. Who is to supervise election? Hmm? Who is to supervise? For that independent mechanism necessary, right? Clear or no? No government can supervise this election. Election should be supervised by the bureaucrats or the officials, okay, with independent or judicial powers. Clear or not? So some specialities are there for them. Okay, next you can see how do the voters choose their representatives? What method the voters can use to choose their representatives? Different systems are there, you know that, right? Okay. How do the voters choose their representatives? So, want to give chances to the political parties or the persons those who contesting in the election or the candidates to meet the voters. Clear? Clear or not? Will they meet the voters in India? The candidates meet the voters. What method they will use? They will get any particular public platform or a single platform?
Sir, campaigning.
Election campaigning. Election campaigning. So in America, there's a country called America. There are election debates are there, right? Okay, different candidates. They will use the same platform to discuss with the people. Okay, there we are able to find almost all the different political parties members there. They will sit together. There is no cases of a bombing. There is no cases of attacks or something like that. They will sit and listen the speeches of these people or these candidates there. But in India, such kind of systems are not existing today, right? Well, but some political, some medias, some channels, okay, they will arrange such kind of programs there. There you are able to see number of this kind of what you can say conflicts, okay, even will lead to some attacks or offenses or something like that. Okay, that's what. So by observing all these things, almost all the voters can come to a conclusion for whom want to cast their vote. Okay. Next, finally, how are the votes to be counted and the representatives elected? What method we are using to count the votes? Nowadays, we know that the voters are using a technique. What is that? The electronic voting machine, right? The country India is the one basically large scale use of this electronic voting machine found. Clear? The local self election also we are using that. Now, I mean, state legislative election also we are using the same, and for the election for the parliament also we are using the same voting machines there, right? Okay, and the country those who producing these voting machines, they are using ballot paper. Another thing, clear or not? Hmm? The country they're providing the technology to you or create or use these voting machines in India. Basically, they are not using these voting machines. They are not ready to use these electronic mechanisms in the elections there. All right, only India using this large scale in a large scale way, basically speaking. So, okay, so EVM machines we know that nowadays to create or secure the authenticity of the election result, one more machine we are using the VVPATs. Clear or not? We are able to see the list or particular slip, okay, that connected with the vote that what we cast. Okay, so remember. So after that, these all voting machines they will take to a strong room. Later, in the counting day only, they will take it out and will analyze the data. Analyze the data. Then my question is this electronic voting mechanism or voting machines are good or bad? Or what do you want to do? Want to continue these electronic voting machines or old ballot paper method? You know what is ballot paper? But you don't know. Okay, ballot paper means it's a paper including all the names of the candidates plus their electoral icons or symbols. Clear or not? So with the voters can use a stamp. Okay, clear? Or they're simply placing the stamp on the name or the symbol of that particular political party, and it is considered as the vote is casted for that particular individual or that particular political party. Clear? Name or a symbol. Okay, but today you want to press on that, right? Clear or not? So nowadays you know that there are number of news related with this hacking. Clear or not? Clear or not? Number of hackers are there. Are they able to hack these EVM machines? Tell me. And manipulating the data? Tell me. Is it easy or not? Is that easy or not?
It won't be very easy.
The controversial issue, basically speaking, so number of political parties nowadays they are against this electronic voting machines, and they believing that they have to go back to the old ballot paper system. It seems clear. So let it be. Just keep that idea in your mind. So these are the things we have to discuss. Who is eligible to vote? All answer is there in the constitution. Who is eligible to contest? Answer is there in the constitution. Who is to supervise election? The answer is there in the constitution. I told you, right? How do the voters choose their representatives? What methods are there? Told you. How are the votes to be counted and a representative elected? All these mechanisms are perfectly mentioned in the constitution. Okay, clear or not? Nobody can escape from this system, or nobody can violate the things that are mentioned in the constitution. Clear or not? It is fixed. Wanted to conduct election within the framework of the Indian constitution. Nobody is able to violate that. Okay, next one. 1 minute. Okay, here, like the most democratic countries, the Constitution of India answers all these questions that we discussed above. As you can see, the first three questions are about ensuring the elections are free and fair and can thus be called democratic. Okay, so three questions. Okay, who is eligible to vote? Who is eligible to contest? Who is to supervise elections? So these three questions and its answers in the constitution that makes the elections democratic. Clear? Clear? Okay. The last two questions are about ensuring a fair representation. First three questions are free and fair election, and the second two questions are related with fair representation. What methods used to conduct the election, right or not? And what method used to count the votes. Okay, that is for fair representation. Clear? Okay, hope these ideas are clear for you people. And here is an activity for you. Collect newspaper clippings about elections in India and any other country. Classify the clippings in the following system or following categories. System of representation. Okay, first past the post. Sorry. First past the post system, FPTP system, or proportional representation, PR system. Okay, voters eligibility. Clear or not? 18, 21, 16, like that, various ages are there. Role of election commission. Okay, clear or not? Role of a election commission in India and if another country and that country. So if you have access to internet and visit the website, the Election Commission of India, you can see that address here, web address here. So use that. Okay, and collect the information mentioned above for at least 4 countries. It's an activity for you people. Okay, just do that. Clear? Okay, so when will you submit this one? So after the PT, anyway, after the PT, okay? So no PT for you, I think, right? Is there? Exam is there for you?
So I think there's one coming.
No syllabus, sorry. Did you receive any information with the PT for you people? Periodic test? Not yet, right?
So
Okay.
no.
So we can take 1 week to complete this program. Okay, so next Thursday. Okay, next Thursday you have to submit. Election system in India. Next topic for VPPT is election system. Okay. So what system or what kind of election system we are following in our country? You may have noted above the reference to different methods or the system of elections. You may have wondered what these were all about. You may have seen or read about different methods of electioneering or campaigning in the elections there. But what are different methods of elections? Already discussed that. Okay, the textbook makers are asking questions to us here. Okay, and we want to answer it. So we already answered these questions. There are basically two types are there. It is first past the post system and the proportional representation system. Okay, okay, I told you that what is first past the post system, right? And the proportional representation. Proportional representation that we will discuss now. There are authorities and rules about do's and don'ts. Clear? There are a number of rules and regulations are there related with the conducting elections there. So authorities will publish the do's and don'ts there. Okay, you may have, sorry, people go and vote. The candidate who get the highest vote get elected. That is what elections are all over the world. Why do we need to think about it? Okay, so almost all the countries they are using this system only. First past the post system. Who manage to get more votes will declare as elected. Okay, there are no other criteria to declare the winner. Only this one. What is that? What is that? Who secured more votes will declare as the elected or the candidate who won in the election. We need to, because this question is not as simple as it appears to us. We have got so used to our system of election that we think that there cannot be any other way. In a democratic election, people vote and their preference decides who will win the contest. Okay. So number of representatives they together makes the government, right? So the system of conducting election and declaring the winner is a complex task. It is not that easy. There are a number of hindrances are there. Okay, number of controversies are there related with the election system in India. Many are there. So we are going to discuss all these things. Okay, here we are. Election systems in India. I already told you that. Okay, can be very different ways in which people make their choices and very different ways in which their preferences can be counted. So people's their aspirations are different. Each and every individual aspiration it is different. Clear? Okay, they have different preferences related with the political parties. Clear? Different allegiance also are there. Some people will like one party because of their religious attitude. Some people will like some party because of their socialistic attitude. Some people will like the party, okay, that party is a centralistic party, not joined with the left side or the right side. Okay, centralistic viewpoint. Some people will like the party, those who are giving importance for welfare, like education and health care. The same time, some other people will like the party that giving importance for industrial developments. Okay, trade and commerce, like that different people, different aspiration. It is like that. Okay, if it's a hot day or a sunny day, the temperature is too high, and most of the people, those who living in a concrete house, will think about a rain, right? If it's raining, what will happen? The temperature will become low. Okay, we can sleep. Okay, Kevin and Abhijit, please turn on the cameras. Okay, those who are living in the terraced or a well-built home or a pakka houses, they might dream about a rain in sunny day. Clear or not? And what about a person or a family those living in a thatched hut, huh? Or a kacha house? They will not think like that. Never they will think about a rainfall in that particular day because they cannot sleep there. Right? So different people, different aspirations are there. Related with the politics also, it is like that. Understand? Hmm? Some governments are favorable to the industries. Some governments are favorable to the poor people and the downtrodden people. Okay, at the same time, some governments are favorable to what we can say traders. Okay, clear or not? Or some governments are for the agriculturists. Clear? So related with the government, related with the political parties, their programs and policies will change. So people can choose from these different rules of the of the game can make a difference to who the winner of the game will be. So these differences in the aspirations of the people, okay, these differences in all around aspect of politics, that can create changes in the game. What game? Politics is considering as a game here. Okay, game of election. Okay, clear or not? Okay, so some rules can favor bigger parties. Some rules can help the smaller players. Okay, some rules can favor the majority community. Other can protect the minorities. Let us look at one dramatic instance to see how this happened. So nowadays in India, that's what's going on. The importance of the party who behind the independence of our country is diminished now, right? In India, the Congress party, okay, its power and its supporters, the number of its supporters, that is reduced because of various reasons. We cannot point out on a single reason there. Okay, number of reasons are there being that. At the same time, what happened? Other party that stood as the opposition of Congress party, that emerged as a major political party in the country, and they are governing the country, right? Okay, or ruling the country. Clear or not?
Sir,
Ah, tell me.
so Congress parties people go into other parties now.
That is because if in our kitchen nothing is to eat, definitely some people will go to some other's kitchen, right? Simple logic, Mr. Amal Rosh. Okay, if there is no power for them, they are useless, basically speaking. So there, right? A political leader, there is no power with him. What? Anybody will respect them? No one will do that. Clear or not? So definitely they will jump from one party to other. Okay, they are not politicians. They are playing not politics but politics. Clear or not? There is no authenticity in their words there, right? We cannot believe such kind of people. We cannot put our faith on such kind of people there. They are doing these kind of things not for the country, but for their individual benefits. Individual benefits. Example, one party showing basically a bag full of money. Definitely, some leaders from one party will jump to that party because they want only money. They don't want to protect their what you can say. What you can say. Hmm? Character basically speaking, so right or not? Okay, characterless people they are. Okay, we can assume like that definitely. So politics, they will say, there is a saying, there is no permanent enemies in politics. Clear or not? Today's enemy, tomorrow's friend. Today's friend, tomorrow's enemy. Clear or not? It will change always. So politics, basically the political thinkers will say that it is not politics actually in India, it is politics. What is that? Just a game, just tricks they are playing. Clear or not? They don't know why this politics. They don't know what to do for the country or the citizen. They are considering it as this is not a social service but a job or a profession. Clear or not? Politics is not a profession, right or not? Clear or not? It's a social service. We're doing something for the society. Clear? But today's politicians, okay, they're using this opportunity for self gains or individual gains. Clear? They are trying to fool us. Understand? So nowadays, a new generation, number of youngsters, they lost hope in politics. Clear? That's what a government uses another technique, you know that. In the VVM machine, there's a final chances there. The final option is there. What is that? Not none of the above. We want to use that against these politicians, those who play in politics, and want to show them that, okay, we want the politicians to or to do something for the society, not for their self gains or individual gains. Clear, Amal Roshan? Okay, that's a problem that Congress party facing today. Number of people from Congress party is moving from BJP, basically speaking. So, okay, basically they are luring them with the lucratives. Okay, they're showing some profit. Come to our party, we will give you ministership or we give you money for you people. So please come and join. So it's a great offer. Okay,
Sir,
lifetime settlement will be there. Right? Tell me.
they
Tell me. Tell me.
offer they offer to make they told that they will make minister.
Definitely. Okay, that's what ministership they will offer, money they will offer. Okay, so this political party leader, I mean, from Congress party, they cannot reject that offer. Okay, so they will accept it. Clear? Clear? That's it. Okay, human beings, right or not? The mind is unpredictable. Basically, they want the money, power. Okay. So a person without money, a person without power in politics is considering as useless or not good for anything. Okay, clear or not? Understand? Good for
So,
nothing. Speaking so good for nothing. Okay, that's what they are doing, something like that, Mr. Amal. Hope this idea is clear for you, right? Okay, now we want to understand one thing. People definitely will support the political party that is able to support the people, or they always support the people, right? Yes or no? Yes, of course. So we want to find out, or we want to go, we have to study a situation like that. Okay, in one election, one particular political party, they received or they, what do you can say? Got that many seats, okay, in that election. Today, even today, that record is not broke. Okay, no other political party broke that record even today. Okay, so what party is that, or which party is that? It is the Congress party. It is the Congress party, right? It takes, sorry, the newspaper report that we observed the previous page. Now bar the times. Now bar the times. Okay, I'm not that much, what we can say, a fond of this language called Hindi. Only I can read it, but I cannot say the meaning. Okay, so now bar the times I can read, right? Hmm? It is what is that? Revivari Sanskaran, maybe Sunday supplement or something like that. Yeah, Sunday supplement, right? So, Pahili bar, first time, Congress ko teen chaudai bahumat means how many seats they got? Huh? Teen chaudai means you can see here. Okay, this many seats. You can see here. Okay, clear? 3/4, right? Okay, nearly you can see 415 out of 543 Lok Sabha seats. Clear? Okay. So it takes, sorry, the newspaper talks of one historic moment in India's democracy in Lok Sabha election in 1984. 1984. Okay. In the same year, a very famous person in this world also born. An idea? The same year, 1984. Do you know that? 1984 government got this, sorry, Congress government got this many seats, and the same year a famous personality also born. None other than it's me.
After 60,
Okay, it's me, Amal Roshan, none other than. Okay, your politics is it's my birth year, man. Okay, let it be. So remember it. Okay, okay. So in 1984, the Congress party came to power, winning 415 of the 543 seats. Out of 543, sir, three seats, they got a 415 seats. Means it's a brutal majority. Clear or not? Brutal majority. Maximum seats they received there. Okay, Lok Sabha seats more than 80% of the seats. Such a victory was never achieved by any other party in Lok Sabha. Clear so far. So what did this election show? That much people accepted the rule of Congress party. Okay, clear or not? So before that, Congress party lost the election also, right or not? But in 1984, they came back. They proved that that party is standing for the people. Clear? And the people supported that particular political party. Okay, yes, and it is almost the time to wind up the session. We will discuss the things in the next session there. Okay? Clear? Again, one more session is there today, I think. So, right? So we will discuss at that time. So, Mr. Kevin Koshi, inform all your friends that to attend the class. Today, I observed here Abhijit came, Abhiram also came, then Sandra came and left. I don't know why she's so. Next, one more person is there. Who's that? Omar. Okay. Okay, everyone. Thank you.